To halftime as we are at the half between Gonzaga, the number 7 team in the country, and Pepperdine. It is all Gonzaga 44-26 at the half. Run down some first half stats for you in this game. Gonzaga 18 of 33 from the floor, 55%. 4 for 10 from three-point range at 40%. They were 4 for 6 at the free throw line for 67%. Pepperdine in the first half just 8 for 29 for 28% from the floor. 4 for 12 from three-point range, 33%. They were 6 of 8 at the free throw line for 75%. Rebound edge for the Zags, 22-16 in this one. Pepperdine turned it over 6 times in the first half. Gonzaga turned it over 5. Leading scorers in that first half, Gonzaga being led by Tyon Grant-Foster with 9 points. Graham Ike added 8. 7 points out of Braden Smith. Also Steele Venters also had 8 points for Gonzaga, pardon me. Braden Smith with 7 points. 4 points apiece for Braden Huff and Jalen Worley, and 2 points apiece from Emmanuel Innocente and Davis Fogel. For Pepperdine, they were led in that first half by Danilo Dozic's 8 points. Javon Cooley added 7 off the bench. 5 out of Yonatan Levy, 4 points for Aaron Clark, and 2 points for Styles Phipps. As Pepperdine only had those 5 players score in that first half. Came back a little early. We're going to run down some of the college basketball scoreboard for you from today. The only other ranked team in action today was number 15, Texas Tech. They blew out Winthrop 87-57 earlier today. Scores from other West Coast Conference games as they are getting underway with conference play tonight. As in this game, Washington State goes on the road and wins at Portland 67-62, the final score. Santa Clara 102-64 win over Oregon State. I saw that Santa Clara team earlier. That is a very, very good team. They're now 10-4 on the season. San Diego gets a home win over Pacific today, 66-54. St. Mary's, a tight one, but they pull it out on the road at Loyola Marymount, 78-73. St. Mary's moves to 12-2. Other game at the half, San Francisco leading Seattle 32-30. Seattle making their West Coast Conference debut tonight, and trailing by 2 at the half. Seattle has a win over Washington earlier this year. That's an 11-2 Seattle team. Very, very good team. And the West Coast Conference got themselves a pretty good team there with Seattle. 44-26 here. I'm going to update you on my upcoming live stream schedule. Be back on with you tomorrow night for some Missouri Valley Conference action. As we're going to take a look at Belmont. They come in with only 1 loss on the season. As Belmont will be in Terre Haute to take on Indiana State tomorrow. Belmont at 12-1 on the season. And then also we'll be with you on Tuesday for an action in the Mid-American Conference. The Miami of Ohio Redhawks come in at 13-0 on the season. They will be at Bowling Green to open Mid-American Conference play. Bowling Green 10-3 themselves, so that's not going to be an easy one for Miami of Ohio. That should be a doozy in the MAC coming up on Tuesday. Get the first look at the undefeated Miami Redhawks coming up on Tuesday. Here it is 44-26 Gonzaga at the half over Pepperdine. This team's finishing their final warm-ups before the start of the second half. One more game to tell you about. This is not West Coast Conference related going on right now. That's out in Eugene, Oregon. Oregon leads Omaha at the half 39-29. Let's quickly run down some scores from other games across the country. Kansas State, a winner today over Louisiana Monroe, 94-85. Boston College, 72-64 win over Lemoyne. These are scores from the Power Four conferences. Georgia Tech defeats Florida A&M, 89-65. SMU, 110-63 over Cal State Fullerton. Blowout win for the Mustangs there. And Maryland, a win over Old Dominion, 73-58. That's some scores from around the country today in college basketball, as college basketball starting to kind of get back in a full groove after that Christmas break. It really kicks back into full gear tomorrow with a slate full tomorrow of college basketball as we get set for pretty much all conference play here on out. There's a couple other conferences that have a couple more, one or two non-conference games before starting full conference play at the beginning of the year. As we are just about a little over 2 months away from conference tournament time and basketball tournament time. Got 2 college basketball live streams this week. I'll be also on my live stream coming up on New Year's Eve night. The first quarterfinal in the college football playoff over there in the Cotton Bowl, Miami and Ohio State. We'll have that, and we'll have probably a couple of those quarterfinal games on New Year's Day for you on the live stream. So it's going to be a busy live stream this week. As we are now underway as Gonzaga inbounds the ball to open the second half. Steele Venters on the outside. He's in the game with 3 fouls here as both teams go with their original starting 5 here in the beginning of the second half. 3-point shot on the way for Braden Smith is drilled, and Braden Smith becomes the first player in double figures tonight. 47-26. Pepperdine with their first possession of the second half. This is Stosic. Over it goes to Phipps. Phipps trying to drive inside. Lost control of the ball momentarily and has to kick it back out. Phipps with it now back inside, guarded by Huff. Off-balance jumper from the foul line, no good from Phipps. Offensive rebound, however, for Pepperdine. Stosic keeps it alive. Phipps now with it, going inside to Dozic. And with the right hand, shot is up and good by Pavle Stosic. That's his first 2 points of the game, and it's 47-28. Ike now with the ball for Gonzaga. Outside with it is Smith. This is Huff now at the top of the key. And here comes another 3-point shot. That is up and good for Braden Smith. Back-to-back threes for him to open the second half. He's got 13. 50-28 Gonzaga. Phipps with the ball and stolen by the Zags. And then a foul on Pepperdine as Gonzaga was bringing the ball up the floor. First foul of the second half on Pepperdine. That one's going to go, it looks like, against Levy, I believe. It's Gonzaga to inbound. Braden Smith with it. Smith on the outside, now driving inside. Wide open 3 in the corner on the dish off is an air ball. Rebound pulled down by Pepperdine. Clark with the ball now for the Waves. Guarded by Braden Smith. Clark, bounce pass over to Stosic. Stosic guarded by Huff, gets it inside. And Stosic gets free for a 3-point shot. It misses off the back rim. Rebounded, pulled down by Ike of Gonzaga. And a long head of the court pass, and Huff finishes with a slam as he dunked it right over Stosic. 52-28 Gonzaga. Levy gets free for a 3-pointer for Pepperdine. That's a swish. Levy's second 3-pointer. He's got 8 in the game. 52-31. Braden Smith with the ball on the outside for the Bulldogs. He'll pull up from just to the left of the free throw line. Braden Smith is heated up here in the second half. He's got 15. 8 already here in the second half in the first 3 minutes. A deep 3 at the other end for Pepperdine. That barely drew anything at all. But a nice play to knock the ball off Ike, and it will stay Pepperdine ball. That's a heck of a play by Levy to keep the possession alive for Pepperdine. So Pepperdine keeps possession after that great heads-up play by Levy to knock that ball off Ike as it was going out of bounds. Levy has it. Phipps goes inside to Levy, draws a double team, sends it back outside to Clark. Thought about the three, now passed it up, and Pepperdine will have to reset. Now Clark on the outside. Clark gets cut off by Ike. He'll try to shoot a three over Ike and miss it. Levy with the offensive rebound and gets fouled. Nice hustle by Pepperdine, and Levy will head to the line for two. So to the line for Pepperdine will be Yonatan Levy. First free throw up and good. You got Braden Huff on that foul for Gonzaga. Two free throws for Levy makes it a 54-33 ball game. 3.5 minutes into the second half. Huff with it on the outside finds Braden Smith. And we have a foul underneath off the ball. This will be against Pepperdine. Gonzaga to inbound. Ike with it now on the outside. Ike tries to drive, now does, and puts it in with the left hand. Graham Ike. He's got 8 points. And Gonzaga puts some press up and steals the inbound. Gonzaga put up some press and they get the steal. Smith on the outside finds Ike. And now driving inside. Nice pass, and Braden Huff gets another dunk underneath. It is 58-33 Gonzaga. At the other end, another Pepperdine turnover. $15:34 to play. It is all Gonzaga. 58-33. Gonzaga leads Pepperdine with some great passing and getting it done as well on the defensive end. All Zags tonight. As they lead by 25. Boy, Braden Smith's gotten the hot hand here in the second half for Gonzaga. He's got 15 points, 6 of 8 shooting. It's also just 3 assists shy of a double-double. Graham Ike has reached double figures now for Gonzaga. He's got 10. Gonzaga's leading scorer on the season, Braden Huff. He's got 8 points, averaging 19 a game. He's been a little on the quiet side. Yonatan Levy leading the way for Pepperdine as he's now in double figures with 10. It is a 58-33 ball game. Hope you all have a good post-Christmas weekend, and hopefully all y'all's Christmas went well. As we get set to end 2025 and go into 2026 here in about, 3 days? 3 days and 3 hours. 58-33 our score. Gonzaga in control in this one. As the Pepperdine Wave mascot is doing a little dance. What exactly is that? Gonzaga brings it up the floor. If there's any Pepperdine fans on the live stream watching me, can one of you chime in the live chat and tell me what exactly that mascot is? There's a shot that's up and in for Braden Huff. That puts him in double figures now with 10. And Gonzaga has their largest lead of the night at 60-33. Cooley with it on the outside now for Pepperdine. Dozic now, guarded by Huff. Dozic tries to go inside, and Gonzaga almost gets the steal, but it will stay Pepperdine ball. $10 on the shot clock for Pepperdine as they will inbound. Javon Cooley to inbound. Gets it into Aaron Clark. Over to Dozic. Clark with it on the outside. 3 to shoot. Clark's going to have to launch a long one. That is from way back there, and it's off the front of the rim. I think they lost track of the shot clock that time. Back the other way comes Gonzaga with a huge lead. Ike inside and kicks it back outside. At the top of the key, a three-pointer is good. Adam Miller drains the three at the top of the key. That's his first 3 points tonight. At the other end, alley-oop. Javon Cooley, the recipient of the alley-oop pass. On a great feed there. Bounce pass now inside. Ike, he'll turn with the left hand. He gets fouled, doesn't hit the shot. So I have to earn 2 from the line. Jonathan Levy called for his second foul. And to the line for Gonzaga will be Graham Ike. First of 2 on the way for Ike, no good. One more coming. Ike's second is good. 64-35 Gonzaga. And again, Gonzaga brings the pressure, and that's going to be a backcourt violation. Gonzaga brought the pressure. Sudar had trouble getting across the press. He went into the front court and then retreated back into the back court, according to the official. I didn't think he was totally in the front court, but nonetheless, the call was made, and that's Pepperdine's 10th turnover. The runner inside is short. Offensive rebound for Ike. Ike with the turn and gets the roll. Graham Ike now with 13. 13 and a half left to go in this one. Cooley with it. Cooley on the drive. Right-hand layup is good for Javon Cooley. He's now team high with 11 points. Gonzaga quickly back the other way. That three-pointer rimmed out. Another offensive rebound for Ike. He misses the putback, and out of bounds it goes the other way to Pepperdine. Don't see Ike miss those gimmies under the basket like that very often. Aaron Clark brings it up the floor for Pepperdine. Clark looking to drive. Gives it off to Sisic. Back over it goes to Clark. Clark has a shot blocked inside, and offensive rebound and another block. Sixth and seventh blocks for Gonzaga tonight. And slowing it down is Gonzaga. Now they're going to run the offense. And now driving inside and scoring once again. Getting inside, that's Tyon Grant Foster. He becomes the fourth Gonzaga player in double figures. And now we have a foul outside. This one's going to be on Jaden Worley, I believe. And now we have another foul underneath. That's number 3 on Mario Sansuperi. Inbound it comes to Pepperdine. Pepperdine looking to get a basket and getting a basket there on the jumper from Javon Cooley. Sansuperi quickly back the other way for Gonzaga. Grant Foster with it. Tyon Grant Foster on the drive. Right-hand layup, no good, but he's fouled. That's going to be on Cooley. Under 12 timeout at 11:39 to play in the second half. 68-39 Gonzaga over Pepperdine. Gonzaga on their way to 13-1 and a win in the West Coast Conference opener. Gonzaga up to 60% from the floor now, 28 of 47. They're 7 for 15 from three-point range at 47%. 5 of 8 at the free throw line for 63%. Pepperdine, 13 of 41, 32%. 5 of 17 from 3 at 29%. They're 8 of 10 at the free throw line for 80%. 27-22 rebound edge for Gonzaga. Gonzaga has placed 4 in double figures now tonight, led by Braden Smith's 15 points. Graham Ike's added 13. 11 off the bench for Tyon Grant Foster and 10 points for Braden Huff. Leading the way for Pepperdine is Javon Cooley's 13 off the bench, 10 points for Yonatan Levy, the 2 players in double figures for Pepperdine. Update on that game between San Francisco and Seattle. San Francisco leads at 40-35. They are at the under 16 timeout in the second half. As the sun is setting over Malibu, California, pretty much has set now over Malibu. On a now Sunday evening in Southern California. Gonzaga will be at the line here when play resumes. It'll be 2 free throws for Tyon Grant Foster. First free throw up and good. Grant Foster with one more. He's got a dozen now tonight. Missed the second. Back the other way comes Pepperdine as Styles Phipps brings it up the floor. Phipps bounce pass over to Dozic and knocked out of bounds by Gonzaga. It will stay Pepperdine basketball with 18 on the shot clock. Davis Fogel returns to the lineup for Gonzaga. And Javon Cooley to inbound. And now both teams are being called back to their benches here. Mark Few is discussing something with one of the officials. And the officials are going to the monitor. They must see something, or something must have been noticed that says the officials need to go to the monitor to check out here. Well, Mark Few was in the official's ear, so there's something that Mark Few either saw or thought he saw that should have been called for here. As we're showing the replay now. I didn't see anything offhand that is eyebrow raising or anything, but it's a very quick review because the officials are coming back on the other side of the court, and we're going to have an inbound, so whatever it was didn't take very long. Gonzaga to inbound. St. Superi brings it up the floor for Gonzaga. Now inside to Huff. And now on the drive outside to St. Superi. Passed up on the three. Now gives it up, and the jumper goes down for Davis Fogel. That's his second field goal of the game. 71-39. Jumper at the other end, no good. Rebound pulled down by Gonzaga. And an open three-pointer is good. Mario St. Superi with his first 3 points tonight. At the other end, off the glass, no. And Gonzaga pulls down the rebound as we are just about at the halfway point of the second half. St. Superi hit it 3 moments ago. Now we'll try and get a 2. Throws that ball. Oh, that's a wild shot. I think he was anticipating a foul, but no whistle. And underneath, bounce pass, and the right hand shot is up and in from Stefan Sisic. Gonzaga with the ball, working it around the arc. This is St. Superi now. And now he will drive inside into the paint. Pull-up jumper rattles out. Offensive rebound for Huff. And a 3-point shot is up and good. Davis Fogel now with 7 points as he has 2 two-pointers and now a 3-pointer. And a timeout called by Pepperdine with 9:25 remaining. And Gonzaga in command tonight. Gonzaga still at 60% from the floor. They're 53% from three-point range as Gonzaga. Meanwhile, Pepperdine still only at 32%. 29% from three-point range. Graham Ike, with that last rebound, now has given himself another double-double, 13 points and 10 rebounds. Braden Smith now needing just 2 assists for a double-double himself. .925 remaining in this one. Gonzaga well on their way to an opening game conference win. And moving to 13-1 on the season. Well, the West Coast Conference, of course, had Seattle join this season. Next season, they will inherit another member as Denver will move over from the Summit League over to the West Coast Conference. West Coast Conference, a very competitive league in college basketball, as Pepperdine inbounds here. Phipps with it. Phipps trying to drive inside, spins, finds a man underneath, and a foul called as Stosic was going up for the shot. And actually, they're calling that a non-shooting foul. They say it came before the shot. 4 team fouls apiece. Off the inbound, Phipps misses long, but Pepperdine keeps it alive on the offensive glass. Mager with the left hand, but he traveled with it. Mager got the layup to go, but shuffled the feet, and Pepperdine turns it over for the 12th time. Sansuperi just dribbled it right off his foot as he was being pressured at midcourt, and it's going to go back over to Pepperdine. Inbound it comes to Phipps from half court. Phipps on the outside, now driving inside and puts it high off the glass and in. Styles Phipps with his first field goal tonight. He is 1 for 8 from the floor. 77-43. Innocente gives it off to a wide open Sansuperi, who misses the 3. And out of bounds off Gonzaga. It will stay with Pepperdine. And coming across midcourt, and we have a foul. That's going to be foul number 4 on Mario Sansuperi. So he will need to go to the bench now with 4 fouls, although it looks like he's going to stay in the ballgame. Gonzaga's got a comfortable lead here. And stepping in the passing lane for the steal was Sansuperi, and he is fouled from behind, going up for the dunk. Eight minutes remaining in this one in Malibu. Gonzaga 77-43 over Pepperdine. Gonzaga still shooting well, 58%. 31 of 53. Pepperdine at 33%, 15 of 46. Gonzaga 50% from three-point range. Pepperdine just 29. Both teams have shot 10 free throws. Gonzaga's made 6. Pepperdine's made 8. If anyone's keeping track, we've got an update on that NFL score for you. Bears and 49ers. It is an offensive shootout out in Santa Clara. 21-21, Bears and 49ers, midway through the second quarter. As the NFL enters its final week of the regular season next week on Saturday and Sunday. And here we have 8 minutes to go. Gonzaga in command tonight. Gonzaga went on an 18-0 run at one point in the first half, and they have not looked back. Fans still having a good time despite their home team not faring so well on the court tonight. Mario Saint-Superi is heading to the free throw line for 2 free throws. First is up, and it is good. One more free throw coming. And good. Pepperdine brings it up the floor. Phipps with it. Phipps looking for help, finds Aaron Clark. Aaron Clark's foul line jumper rattles out. Rebound pulled down by Gonzaga. Outside now is Tyon Grant Foster. And losing the ball out of bounds is Gonzaga off the knee of Saint-Superi. It's going to go back to Pepperdine. With just under 7.5 to play. Pepperdine moving it quickly up the floor. And a foul on Gonzaga. That'll be the 6th. So one more free throw will put Pepperdine on the line. Didn't see who that foul was on. Pepperdine to inbound from under the basket. Nice inbound and the layup. Jonathan Levy with the layup. He's got a dozen. 79-45 as we approach 7 minutes to play. Saint-Superi has it. Turns in the paint. Jumper long. Gonzaga is going to keep it alive. And an open three-pointer on the way is good for Davis Fogel. He's got 10 now off the bench. Quickly back is Pepperdine. This is Levy. And now finding an open man in the corner for 3, but no good. Rebound pulled down by Gonzaga. Coast to coast with it, missing. Tip, no. A third crack at it, no good. And then a strip. It's a scrum on the floor, and we're going to have a held ball. And the possession arrow will give it to Pepperdine. Well, it got a little physical underneath there, going for the loose ball. Bring it up the floor, Styles Phipps. To Clark, over to Levy now on the outside. Levy. And Levy is fouled, I believe. And he is. It'll be a 1-1 for Jonathan Levy. Two free throws coming. First of two up and good for Levy. Levy has one more. Levy 2 for 2. Team high for Gonzaga now is Levy with 14. And as Gonzaga drives inside, we have a kick ball. It's going to stay with the Bulldogs. 6 minutes to go. And on the inbound, Pepperdine knocks it out of bounds. Inbound it comes. Outside with it now for Gonzaga. St. Superi. And tries the alley-oop, and it's converted. (84-47). With it now is Aaron Clark on the outside. Dozic fakes the three. And now gives it off. Shot clock down to 10 here for Pepperdine. Levy backing his way in, and Levy is fouled. Send Jonathan Levy back to the line. This will be a 1-1. First free throw is good. One more free throw coming. Missed it. And out of bounds, it's going to go to Gonzaga. And Gonzaga on the end, there was a miscommunication on the inbound, and that pass went into the scorer's table. Obviously, some miscommunication there. As Phipps will bring it up the floor for the Waves. Bounce pass inside, turnaround shot with the right hand, no good. Offensive rebound for Phipps. And the turnaround, and he is fouled, and St. Superi just fouled out. So Mario St. Superi fouls out with 5 points. Just 1 of 7 shooting from the floor for him tonight. As he will be disqualified to fouls. I don't know. It looked like he was just standing straight up there, but unless they're saying he leaned in. Two free throws here. First is up and good for Styles Phipps. Phipps' second free throw is good. Phipps now with 6 points. Aaron Clark, Pepperdine's leading scorer on the season, averaging just shy of 15 points a game, has been held to 4 points tonight on 2 for 12 shooting. Gonzaga's done a great job on him defensively. And a three-point shot on the way is too strong. Rebound pulled down by Pepperdine. Phipps goes behind the back and gets fouled. And with 4:26 to go, Pepperdine will be heading back to the free throw line. Double bonus now for the rest of the game. First of two up and short. Second free throw coming for Phipps. And that's short. Phipps misses two. Gonzaga bringing the ball back up the floor. This is Adam Miller. Innocente. Davis Fogel now with it. Fogel driving inside. Davis Fogel with the off-balance jumper that rimmed out. Gonzaga keeps it alive on the offensive glass, and we have a foul called on Pepperdine. Two free throws coming. I hope I get this pronunciation right as the free throw goes in. Ismaila Diagne. I hope that's right. Both teams going deep into the bench tonight. This is Luke Vrudragovic checking into the game for Pepperdine. One of two at the line for Diagne. An offensive rebound, however, for Gonzaga, as we're down under 4 minutes now. Adam Miller with it on the outside. Now we'll back it back out and reset. No reason to be in a hurry now with a big lead. 3 on the shot clock, however. Miller now sees it, throws it up there, missed it. Another offensive rebound for Gonzaga. And they can burn 20 more seconds off the clock. And a three-pointer on the way off the side of the rim. No good. Again, Gonzaga keeps it alive on the offensive glass. And this time they go for the alley-oop and turn it over. Three-point shot on the way. Aaron Clark. That's short. Rebound, Gonzaga. Three minutes to go. Innocente tries a three. That's off the back rim. No, and it's rebounded by Pepperdine. And they turn it over. Layup up, count it, and a foul. Davis Fogel with 12 points, trying to make it 13 with a free throw. 2:45 to play, 87-50. Gonzaga over Pepperdine. They have led wire to wire tonight. Two minutes, 45 seconds left in this one. Gonzaga's cooled off here. They were up in the 60% range for a lot of this game from the floor. They're now at 53%. And Pepperdine still shooting just 31% from the floor tonight. Gonzaga's built a huge rebound edge tonight, 41-30. Gonzaga's turned it over 9 times. Pepperdine's turned it over 14. Gonzaga's now put 5 in double figures tonight. Leading the way for them is Braden Smith with 15 points. Dion Grant Foster, 14 off the bench. 13 out of Graham Ike, 12 from Davis Fogel, and 10 for Braden Huff. Pepperdine's led by Yonatan Levy's 15 points. Javon Cooley off the bench has 13. That are the only 2 in double figures. Pepperdine's leading scorer on the season, Aaron Clark, held to 4 points on 2 for 13 shooting tonight. He is 0 for 6 from beyond the arc. So not a great night for Pepperdine's leading scorer tonight. Looking ahead for both these teams, Gonzaga will be back in action on Tuesday as they will travel to San Diego to take on the Toreros. Pepperdine also back in action on Tuesday as they will be at home hosting St. Mary's, so it doesn't get any easier for Pepperdine. They do get Gonzaga and St. Mary's, at least the first time, out of the way early. Home to Gonzaga, home to St. Mary's, and at Santa Clara. That is a tough 3-game stretch to open conference play for Pepperdine. So free throws here out of the timeout. Or eighth free throw, I should say, as Davis Vogel tries to complete a three-point play, and he does. He's got 13. Up the floor come the Waves, 2:40 left. Sisic with it and gives it off to Clark, who misses the jumper. Rebound pulled down by Gonzaga. And on the drive, layup is good. Tyon Grant Foster now with 16. He's now team high for Gonzaga. Turnaround jumper is up and in for Luka Vudragovic. His first 2 points on his first field goal attempt. Under 2 to go. Gonzaga, again, is going to be right at their season average. They average 92 a game. They have 90 right now. And that shot's no good. Offensive rebound, put back good for Diogni. That's his first field goal. Clark with it for Pepperdine. Passes over to Vudragovic. Now on the drive inside, left hand. That's too hard. Offensive rebound, Pepperdine. Put back goes. Gonzaga brings it up the floor. Final minute. Vogel with it. Vogel drives. Vogel is fouled. And Davis Vogel will have 2 free throws. Foul called on Mager. That's his 4th. First free throw up and good for Davis Vogel. What a game he's had off the bench. He's got 14 points now on 5 of 7 shooting. Second one on the way for Vogel, rimmed off, out of bounds, and that is going to be... Actually, we have a lane violation, it looks like, before the rebound attempt, so Vogel will get 1 more free throw. And he'll take advantage of the second opportunity. 15 for Vogel. Pepperdine's probably last possession of the game. Sisic with it. Sisic looking for help. And the layup up and good for David Mager. That's his first 2 points of the game. Final 30 seconds. And a foul, as Tyon Grant Foster will head back to the free throw line. Levy. No, not Levy. I'm sorry. Looked like Pasha Shimarani that picked up that foul. First free throw up and good for Tyon Grant Foster. Second is good as well. 27 seconds. Pepperdine brings it up the floor for the final time tonight. Sudar with it as both teams are deep into their bench. And a foul called here with 13 seconds left. Both teams in the double bonus. First free throw up and short. Stefan Sisic has one more free throw. And missed them both. Gonzaga with the rebound. They can dribble out the final 10 seconds. And the Bulldogs win their 6th in a row. They move to 13-1 overall. 1-0 in the West Coast Conference. Pepperdine will fall to 5-9 overall. 0-1 in West Coast Conference play as a dominant win tonight for Gonzaga. 96-56 over Pepperdine, the final score. Gonzaga's final numbers, 36 of 67 from the floor, 54%. They were 10 of 22 from three-point range at 45%. 14 of 19 at the free throw line for 74%. For Pepperdine, they just could never get that shooting percentage up tonight. They were just 19 of 56 from the floor for 34%. From three-point range, 5 of 19 for 26%, 13 of 20 at the free throw line for 65%. Big rebound advantage for Gonzaga tonight, 44-31. Gonzaga turned it over 9 times. Pepperdine turned it over 14 times. Scoring tonight, leading the way for Gonzaga off the bench, Tyon Grant Foster with 18 points. 15 points apiece for Braden Smith and Davis Fogel. 13 out of Graham Ike, and 10 out of Braden Huff. 5 in double figures tonight for Gonzaga. Other scoring, 8 points for Steele Venters. 5 points out of Mario St-Superi before he fouled out. 4 points for Jalen Worley. 3 points apiece for Ismaila Diagne and Adam Miller. And 2 points for Emmanuel Innocente. For Pepperdine, they were led tonight by Yonatan Levy's 15 points. Javon Cooley added 13 off the bench. 8 points out of Danilo Dozic, 6 points out of Styles Phipps. Just 4 points tonight for Aaron Clark, the leading scorer for Pepperdine. He was just 2 for 14 from the floor tonight. Leading scorer on the season for Pepperdine, just 4 points tonight. Stefan Sisic also had 4 points, 2 points apiece for Pavel Stokes. I'll get it out. Pavel Stosic and David Mager, and 1 point for Luka Vudragovic, the final scoring in this one. As Gonzaga wins it 96-56 over Pepperdine to move to 13-1. They are 1-0 in West Coast Conference play. Pepperdine falls to 5-9 and 0-1 in the West Coast Conference. Gonzaga stays on the road at San Diego coming up on Tuesday. Pepperdine will stay at home and take on St. Mary's on Tuesday. That's going to wrap it up on the live stream tonight. Again, I will be back tomorrow night for another college basketball live stream out of the Missouri Valley Conference. Belmont at 12-1 on the season. They will be in Terre Haute to take on Indiana State. That game, 7 o'clock Eastern time. I'll be on just prior to that. for some Missouri Valley Conference action. Then on Tuesday, got the undefeated Miami of Ohio Redhawks up against Bowling Green. That game will be coming up on Tuesday. Appreciate all of you joining me here tonight, and hopefully join me again tomorrow night for more college basketball, Belmont and Indiana State. Again, my name is John, Sports Bonanza John on YouTube. If you like my content, really would appreciate a like and subscribe. Also on Kick at Sports Kick John. You can follow me there. You can also follow me on Twitch at Sport Guru John. And I will be back tomorrow night. Again, Belmont, Indiana State, out of the Missouri Valley Conference, 7 o'clock Eastern Time tomorrow.